Call this meeting to order. If everyone could please stand and join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Trustee Mattson?
Here.
Trustee Scalise? Here. Trustee Reiser?
Here.
Trustee Christofferson?
Here.
Trustee Galuza is absent. Trustee Wilson is absent. Mayor Balderman?
Here. Board, we've had the opportunity over the years to recognize groups and individuals for a number of accomplishments, and all of them have been deserving. But then there are some people, regardless of the walk of life that they are in, that are innovators, that start something, that are not just great participants or volunteers, but those that are at the forefront. This is a town known for many things, but we've got some amazing athletes in this community in every sport imaginable. But there's something special about the person that we're looking to honor with this proclamation tonight, and that's Steve Korbel from Lincoln Way Prospects Baseball. Normally we don't read all of these, everything in this proclamation, but I think it's really important that we kind of do that here tonight. So Steve founded the Lincoln Way Prospects Baseball program in 2008 with just 2 teams and a vision that youth baseball could be about much more than wins and losses. Under his leadership, the organization experienced remarkable growth, expanding to 10 teams within its first 5 years. His families embraced his unique philosophy of developing young people through athletics. Steve transformed a traditional youth sports experience by placing character development at the forefront through the implementation of the Character Nation program, encouraging players to earn recognition for qualities such as leadership, integrity, respect, responsibility, and other core values before taking the field. Recognizing that success in the classroom is just as important as success on the baseball diamond, Steve introduced the innovative academic RBI program, rewarding players for academic achievement and reinforcing the importance of education alongside athletic excellence. Steve instilled a lifelong commitment to service by leading the organization in numerous community initiatives, including annual participation in a Step Up for Kids Chicago Stair Climb benefiting children's hospitals, organizing yearly toy drives for the Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital Chicago that resulted in the donations of tens of thousands of gifts, encouraging players to personally deliver those gifts to brighten the lives of hospitalized children. He pioneered a player development model that brought retired professional athletes, collegiate players, and experienced instructors together to provide advanced training opportunities, raising the standard for youth baseball throughout the region. Throughout his leadership, Steve remained steadfast in his belief that the ultimate goal of youth sports is to develop confident, compassionate, and responsible young adults, remaining committed to this mission even when faced with criticism for expecting more from a youth baseball program. The Lincoln Way Prospects organization has become widely respected for its lasting impact, earning the Presidential Volunteer Service Award on 9 separate occasions, helping hundreds of student athletes continue their careers at the collegiate level, winning hundreds of tournament championships, serving as a model for youth baseball organizations across Illinois, and most importantly, developing generations of outstanding young men and women prepared to make meaningful contributions to their communities. Through his unwavering dedication, visionary leadership, and commitment to excellence, both on and off the field, Steve has positively influenced so many young people and has left an enduring legacy that will continue to shape future generations. So on behalf of myself and the board, I want to present this proclamation and our very first ever challenge coin that we just got to an important member of the community that's done so much for youth and really focused on what matters most, which are those leadership, integrity, compassion those characteristics that we need to see in more human beings. Steve, come on up. Congratulations.
So I need to hire whoever wrote that.
It wasn't me, buddy, but here's this.
Oh, man.
Here's this. Take a quick picture.
Yeah, that's great. You know,
Please.
and I want to just acknowledge you, what a humble way for me to retire out of team play. And 16 years ago, you were able to give us a proclamation in our second year for bringing the Cabo World Series over Mississippi here to New Lenox. One of the things I want to congratulate the board for, and absolutely the mayor, is you've always treated the third-party organizations at the time as equals. Our taxpayers, our families, and our members that we expanded the districts, you were first class. So I'm very humbled to add this collection as I retire from team play. And as the mayor stated, we have dozens of players that have gone on to JUCO or D2 or D1, and now they're taking the torch. So as I retire from team play into consulting, my granddaughters and grandchildren, that's why the New Jersey name is now popular.
I like that. I like that.
They're taking it over. So now I've been recommending to the players to carry on the legacy. And the first thing they said was, Coach, we're still doing the community effort. We're still doing the character program. And, you know, it took the program for me to get my character straight for the first 2 or 3 years with that competitive spirit in New Lenox. But you guys have done an amazing job for the village. The growth is unbelievable. The new field that I saw out here that I won't be able to get on, but we've been referring teams to, is an amazing job. In the years that I've had prospects, I've seen the village become, and this is an honest statement, beyond Naperville, beyond some of the southern states, southern districts. You are the youth sports mecca of the area. So on behalf of that, all the players, the families, the grandparents, most importantly, my family, and all my kids that are products of Lincoln Way District 210, okay, thank you.
Well, and I want to tell you on that note,
Yeah.
it was, and I know you'll know this, it was your family that was really very insistent, and they didn't have to twist any arms. But they're so proud of you and what you've given to this community. They wanted to see you properly honored, and I hope we were able to do that for you today.
You did. You made the whole 18 years worth the whole thing.
Well, congratulations.
You got it.
Thank you so much.
If you're okay, I'm going to take them to dinner.
No, you should take them to dinner.
Thank you.
Just tell me where you're going, I'll meet you there.
Beggars. Thank you.
Take care, thank you all. Congratulations. Okay, next up is our consent agenda, which consists of 4 items. Approval of a bid award for seal coating for various locations, approval of purchase asphalt rejuvenation material, approval of an agreement, Hubbard Chicago Advertising, and resolution to include compensation directed into retirement health savings plan as IMRF earnings. Any member wishing any of those items to be pulled and discussed separately? All right, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Mattson, second by trustee Christopherson. If there's nothing further, a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Mayor Balderman?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, next up is consideration of ordinance creating a Class B1 liquor license. This is for the gas and wash at Route 6 and I-355, first read. No issues with the background check,
Nothing.
everything is fine? All right, any questions? Okay, thank you for being here tonight, but all is good. We'll take action on that at the next meeting. You won't be needed to be here. Thank you so much, appreciate it. All right, next we have consideration ordinance granting amendments to special use for a final P.U.D. plat, Lakes Park Duplex lots 93 through 118, first read, Robin.
Yes, so if you recall, Lakes Park is at the northwest corner of Shear Road and Laraway Road. It was approved a few years ago for the annexation and preliminary PUD plat. It does include single-family homes, duplexes, and townhomes, all of which are under construction right now. It was noted in one of their building permit submittals that the garages for the duplex do not meet our 20-foot width requirement. They're just a little shy of that at 19 feet 4 inches. We did discuss with the developer, options for widening the units in order to accommodate and comply with the code. But because of the way that the subdivision is platted and they really maximize the dwelling size, they do not have room to make those changes. In this particular instance, the homeowners association is responsible for snow removal and lawn cutting, so there's no need to store those things in the garages, and all of the units do have basements, so that would address the storage concerns that we often have with wanting to have larger garages. So in this case, staff is recommending approval to amend the PUD to allow the slightly reduced garages. And I'm not sure why the petitioner isn't here, but he did submit a letter requesting that we waive first and second read because right now we're holding up issuing building permits.
Okay. Without mentioning any names, I know a few people have a hard time getting out of the garage without clipping the side mirror, so I guess I won't be living there. All right, any questions?
Well, I think the doors are standard size. It's just you don't have that extra
Oh, just a
on
little bit
either
extra on
side.
the side?
8 inches.
It's the overall width.
Yeah,
The
it's
door
not,
height.
Correct.
It's not a big deal. All right, any questions? All right, is there a motion to set aside the rules and waive second read?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Scalise, second by trustee Christopherson. All those in favor signify by a voice vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Is there a motion to consider, or a motion to approve the ordinance granting the amendment?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Riser, second by trustee Scalise. If there's no comments or questions, a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Mayor Balderman?
Aye, motion carries. All right, next up, Board, if you don't mind, I'm just going to jump to D real quick. Mark, consideration for approval of contract janitorial services for the Village Hall.
Yes, the current cleaner for the Village Hall, we've been having issues with for quite some time. They violated terms of the contract, which resulted in one of their employees being terminated. They said it would take a little while for them to hire a replacement. We did give them a little bit of time, and they still were not able to find a suitable replacement. And our staff has been coming in early and staying late to do the cleaning, and we just don't have the resources to continue that. We did get 2 quotes, one from the company who does the police station, and then another one who cleans other municipal buildings in the area. The company Advanced Building Maintenance, who does the police station, has been doing a really good job there. They were the lowest at $2,600 a month, which is almost $700 higher than Emmerich was. But they're going to throw in a free carpet cleaning for us, so we got that going for us. So at this time, this contract will run the length of Emmerich's, which was April 30th, 2028.
All right, so I'm assuming we didn't pay them while they were not
Correct.
doing that, and we have no issue terminating the existing contract before we enter into a new one?
I think you said notice was sent.
Notice was sent, and they were agreeable. They
They
They knew
knew
they
they
couldn't
couldn't
do
step up and meet the.
That's fine, I just want to make sure before we enter into an contract. I'm sure we had it covered, but we're all good?
Yeah, we're all good.
All right, very good. Any questions for Mark? No? All right.
Is this one subject to attorney reviews, the one you sent?
No,
That's another one.
that's a preview of our next meeting.
Yeah, that's for the.
That's for the crossroads.
Yeah, that's fine.
Between cleaning companies and companies that cut grass, I can't keep the
A
list.
lot of fun,
names.
a lot of fun. All right, is there a motion to approve the contract?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Mattson, second by trustee Scalise. If there's no comments or questions, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Mayor Balderman?
Aye, motion carries. All right, next up, Board, is a consideration of an ordinance imposing a temporary moratorium against the construction, installation, replacement of burglar bars, grills, grates, shutters, and functional equivalents on structures within the village of New Lenox. I asked council to put this together for us. I'm sure you're all aware that multiple communities have been hit with a rash of the gaming burglaries. We had a few here. Overall, I think we've had a total of maybe 7 since we've had them, so there hasn't been that many. But the knee-jerk reaction, understandably, and I think it's really being driven more by the gaming companies than it is by the businesses in town, is to throw up bars and shutters and everything else. We don't want that in our community. Now, I'm looking for a moratorium on that because there are a couple of stores that do have shutters, but my understanding is there are a particular kind perhaps that are more aesthetically pleasing than just bars going up. That we have to do everything we can to try and protect these businesses, but I don't think a knee-jerk reaction and just letting Route 30 be littered with that when it's unnecessary, because we happen to have a couple of scumbag crews that are out there doing this rash, and we might not see any for 2 more years, you know? So we'll talk to the business owners, we'll kind of look at what the other options are. I think I've asked for a 6-month moratorium, but I don't think we're gonna need that. But I just don't want all of a sudden people throwing these things up. So we'll move rather quickly on it and present some options perhaps back to the board, where the board can say, yes, this is acceptable, that's not acceptable, and we can help them get, you know. What might happen is they might look to go to the cheapest route, which is the least attractive, and who knows if it's even the best. So I'm just looking for this moratorium. I'm going to ask you to waive second read and put this in place because there are these requests to put these up, and I just want to put a stop on it until we can find a good solution. Any questions on that?
I'm in agreement. Is that something that has to be permitted if they do decide to do something like that, where we would see it come through prior to them installing it?
Well, I don't know that they have to, do they? Because I think some have put them in. I don't know. I thought some, I don't think they have to currently.
So some of them have been installed internally, which unless they're running, and the same with the external, unless they're running power to them, they may not apply for a permit.
Got it. Okay.
That's the issue. And so I'd rather just say, if you choose to do this, these are your options. And we may have them, we may require them to get a permit, and even if it's something where we're not charging a fee, just so we make sure that they're in compliance, we know they're being installed properly and whatnot. So as we look at what the possible options are and adopt an ordinance to accommodate this type of situation, we can look at it that way. Make sense?
You've also said with the machines, you've seen some people addressing the machines too.
Yeah.
That may not need this.
Well, one of the things, the first thing that I thought of, because what they're doing, I mean, these are not, and I'm going to get into this in a minute, that's why I want to go last. These are not highly sophisticated people. These scumbags are coming in with a sledgehammer, they're knocking down the, the flat surface, and then just a crowbar and prying open the cash drawer. I've seen these barricade bars, they're like U-bars that can connect to the sides and they're adjustable depending on the side, and then you lock that. You can't just take that off with the crowbar. You'd need like a blowtorch. Well, these geniuses are not coming in with blowtorches and everything else. They're just doing quick smash and grabs. So that may be an option too that's more affordable. Now, it doesn't prevent someone from smashing in the window and seeing what's there, but the word will get out. But I don't know if any of you other than Keith were on the board, where several years ago, once again, we had this small little rash of armed robberies at gas stations. And this is not unique to New Lenox. This was happening everywhere. These gaming machines are happening everywhere. Well, that's where we adopted the ordinance that if you're open 24 hours, the door, people have to be buzzed in after midnight, or you have to have 2 employees working. Haven't had one armed robbery at a gas station since in those hours. So rather than just knee-jerk doing things, let's take a breath for a minute and come up with a quick solution to protect our business owners, but also protect the aesthetics of our community, and not give a false perception of what's really happened. So, does that make sense to everybody? So, before we take action on it, I will say this because obviously I talked to the police department, and without going into the details of their investigation, we have enough information right now to believe who we may know who some of these people in these crews are, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's the same old crap over and over again, scumbags who have got a laundry list of criminal cases that get typically from Cook County, that never go to jail, that are let out. It's career criminal scumbags that come out to communities and prey on them because they know nothing happens. The Safety Act, you can't hold them, they get to go out. You plea bargain supervisions and probation instead of convictions and jail time. It used to frustrate me in law enforcement. I remember one in particular, it was the guys we celebrated. It was his 100th arrest. And when I called felony review, I said, I need felony approval on this. And they said, well, he doesn't have any convictions. I said, because you keep letting him off. You keep cutting deals. So I'm not looking to get political, but there are consequences for the nonsense that is passed in Springfield. And we continue to be victims of this garbage. So we'll do what we can to protect these businesses, but really the only way to protect these businesses is to put these criminals in jail. And since this state has absolutely zero interest in incarcerating anybody, I guess we're going to have to do these things. So this is another consequence of everybody's just a good kid who went astray, and we got to help them out. And jail's not the answer. And let's get rid of police officers in jails and give them a social worker. I guarantee if you get these handful of scumbags that are out doing this stuff and let them sit for a social worker for an hour, the only thing that will happen is they'll steal their purse. So let's take a moment to look at this. We'll come back to you shortly with some solutions, okay? All right. That's why I wanted to go last with this. Is there any questions on this? No? Okay. Is there a motion to waive second read?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Madsen, second by trustee Scalise. All those in favor signify by a voice vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Christopherson. Comments or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Christopherson.
Aye.
Trustee Scalise.
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Trustee Madsen.
Aye.
Mayor Baldwin.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Under reports of communications, Mark, thank you to your crew. I know we were pretty fortunate. We didn't get hit as hard as a lot of our neighbors. Anything you want to report to the board? As I'm just some down trees. What did you see? Much? Anything?
We just had a couple down trees and some branches, nothing. We only had 2 phone calls when we left for the day.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So
Yeah, no flooding as of now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got
very lucky.
We got very lucky because our neighbors to the north and east and west and side, they all got it.
Yeah.
Hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
Hit really, really hard. So, but regardless, you guys were out there and responding to what you got and looking for things without waiting for phone calls. So we appreciate that. And thank you to Bill Byerly, who's the director of our ESDA. Anytime we have weather, he's constantly on the phone with me and keeping me updated and letting me know where, cells are and what's happening. Tornado sirens are not set off by us. People ask those questions. They're set off by dispatch. They are, people say I couldn't hear them in my house. Well, they're not meant to be heard in your house. They're meant to be heard if you're outside so you can get into a house, even though I can hear them from my house. But, it's just everybody in these situations does a great job. I did know there was somebody who had made a complaint that the Target in town wouldn't let people in, and they went into Michael's. And my first reaction was, I can't believe that. But then people were responding who are more aware of how those corporations work, and that's what they do. They shut down. No one gets in, no one gets out. So I'm assuming if they saw a funnel cloud roaring through the parking lot, they'd open their door. But in case you do hear any of that, that's where that's at. All right, but thank you. Appreciate that. We've got concerts coming up on the 7th and 8th. Of August, our next 2 series of those concerts, so we're excited looking for that. Taco Fest, things are happening out in the Commons. They continue to do a good job. Everything seems to be going well. Staff's doing a great job, so Kurt, thank you for that. Pass that along. That's all I have. There's nothing for me, village attorney.
Nothing for me.
All right, thank you. Village administrator.
Staff has nothing further.
All right, thank you. Payroll and disbursements, trustee Mattson.
Sir. Make the motion to approve our bi-monthly disbursements in the amount of $1,111,489.12 and a manual disbursement in the amount of $7,000. In addition to these disbursements, approval is needed for a payroll in the amount of $641,537.94 paid on July 24th, 2026, and that would be in the form of a motion.
And I will second that.
Okay, motion's been properly moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Mattson.
Aye.
Trustee Riser.
Aye.
Trustee Scalise.
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson.
Aye.
Mayor Balderman.
Aye, motion carries. Anything else, Keith?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Questions, comments from the floor? Yes, sir.
All right, I've got a couple things, but I'll try my best to keep it brief.
All right, state
All
your.
right, my name's Thomas Nowak. Been up here a couple times.
Yeah.
As always, thank you, Mayor Baldwin,
Of course.
and other members of the board for your time. Always appreciate it. So I've got a couple things I really don't even know where to start. It's nothing bad. Nothing bad. All good stuff, actually. So positive suggestions, I should say. Here's where I'll start. I imagine we have sidewalks on both sides of the road because we zone for that, right? It's a zoning requirement. When we have a new neighborhood put in, is that how it works?
Well,
Or,
sidewalks, yeah, right, but there are some older areas that.
Oh, no. I'm not saying, that
Right,
we need
that's
to put
typically,
sidewalks
that's
everywhere.
typically how it is, but there are sometimes exceptions.
So for new neighborhoods,
Uh-huh.
we have sidewalks on both sides of the road because that's the requirement. That's really what I'm asking.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay.
Subdivision code.
Yeah.
Have we, I would like to suggest putting some thought to changing that code potentially to have a multi-use path at least consistently on one side of the road throughout the neighborhood. Completely keep the bike traffic separate from all the pedestrians and all the cars that are on the road. Another thing I want to mention real quick. A lot of the roads, I notice we don't really have white stripes along the shoulder of the road. I think that's a good thing that we might want to consider because it effectively helps narrow the road without really narrowing the road. So it helps calm traffic a little bit. A lot of areas we don't have stripes for crosswalks. That's such a visual thing that it might not really matter. But let's see. Of course, Will isn't here. That's really Will would have some fun engaging with this. But one of the things I really wanted to mention is, Illinois Highway is getting repaved this year. Well, actually, I should scrub that. Let's start at the beginning. Will County DOT, IDOT, they have their road contractors out already. I don't know if we have any out in our village yet, but I haven't seen any yet. Mm-hmm. If we don't have anything like this, maybe it's worth considering.
No,
but
we
I think
think
we
we've
should
got our
weigh
act.
having an incentive or a penalty in our road contracts to have the project done by a certain time.
We do this
We
year.
do.
That's awesome.
We did.
That's awesome. Is that new for this year?
Yes.
Okay, then that's wonderful. Let's see. Well, the other thing that I was going to get at, again, Will isn't here, but I'll still, entertain you guys with it real quick. Illinois Highway is getting repaved. As we know, in front of Tyler, it's practically 3-4 lanes wide. We have on-street parking and then 2 lanes that are, I would call them extra wide lanes. I mean, they've got to be 16 feet, 14 feet, something like that. I would like to see those narrowed and put a bike lane down the entire length of Illinois Highway. This was something that was on our pedestrian plan in 2002. Obviously, things have changed since 2002. But right now, the existing plan is we're going to put the same exact stripes that are on Illinois Highway right now, right back on the road when it gets repaved. I don't know the last time it was repaved, but that means we're putting the same pattern that was on there 20 years ago, whatever it was. I asked my grandparents, because they've lived in town, that entire time, and they said 20 years ago we had 5,000 people. Now we have 25,000. Maybe we should consider some creative patterning designs
Well, we
on
had
the
more than
roads.
5,000. 20 years ago, we probably had
Well-
18,000. Because when I moved here in 1994, we had 10,000.
It's probably hyperbole on their end. It feels like 20 years ago, but it's probably when my dad was my age. So,
I think part of the problem over there is it is so busy, not only is it a school, but with all the baseball fields and everything
100%.
else, it's really tough.
100%.
Yeah, it's really.
I'm with you that you got to get traffic in and out, and there's
And
the
the
railroad
parking.
tracks
That's
that
the issue.
complicate it as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My thought is there's the on-street parking. Maybe you could have like a bike lane or something like that in between the parking and the curb. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's not room for that. Just some ideas. That's all I got
Thomas,
for you.
here's
Thanks
what I
again
would
for your
tell you.
time.
I appreciate the fact that you pay attention, that you do your research, that you come to a board meeting, that you speak. We may or may not agree with what you're saying, but the fact that you're taking time out of your life to do that, I think it's commendable. There's very few people, they like to complain, but they don't put the effort in. You every time you've come here prepared with your research, and you speak respectfully. So we appreciate you being here, and I hope you're getting something out of the meetings that you're attending.
Oh, absolutely. I believe in rhetoric. You don't get anywhere telling anyone they're wrong.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. All right. There is no one else here tonight. Trustee comments, Trustee Reisinger?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Trustee Mattson?
Nothing, sir.
All right, very good. Trustee Christopherson?
Nothing tonight.
All right, Trustee Scalise?
Nothing from me.
All right, thank you. We have no need for executive session, so if there's nothing further, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Mattson, second by Trustee Scalise. All those in favor signify by a voice vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.